curse is finished. The betrayer's suffering has come to an end. You have restored his soul, done what gods thought beyond their power. Akachi has gone to his judgment, to the fate that should have been his had Merkel not intervened. Not to lie within the wall, but to find rest amongst the false souls of old. His torment is ended, and as for Merkel, the dark god's soul will fade and pass into oblivion as he deserves. None of my faithful can truly die within the bounds of my realm. As for those who served the crusade, they knew what they risked. The blame for their deaths is not yours. The chaos you sowed in my city will win you few friends amongst the gods. Deities of order will cast their eyes upon you as a symbol of all they oppose. For my part, I will pass no judgment upon you. I see in your crusade the hand of a dead god and the desperation of a forsaken soul trying to save the one she loved. And the good you have done redeems much. Above all else, your struggle has won you freedom, from the shard in your chest and from the ravening presence in your soul. How you spend your newfound coin and whom you spend it with, that is yours to decide.
Now that Akachi is at peace, I feel free of this obligation, this voice inside me driving me to complete the Founder's work. For the first time, my life feels like it's my own. It's not yet time to return to the Academy. I've grown far too fond of traveling with you, and we have countless journeys ahead of us.
We have done more than I dared hope. You have reversed the act of a god. The crusade, your crusade, is a great victory. It may seem a symbol, but symbols, like Akachi in the First Crusade, such symbols lend strength to others. It has given me strength. You have shown me beyond a shadow of doubt that this wall can be ended, removed from the plains, and I shall live to see it fall.
I was right to place my trust in you. By your will, my oath is fulfilled, and you are whole again. You have reminded me what it's like to be alive, to struggle, and feel the call of wanderlust. Where are we headed next, little one?
My realm lies at the center of all things. You cannot remain here, but infinite doors are open to you. Return to the Prime if you like, or set your eyes towards some other plane. Wherever you go, mortal, may your road be one of your own choosing. And so you turned your back on my gray city, and chose a path that led you far from my realm. In the long years that followed, you walked many roads, across many plains, and I do not know them all. For some worlds beyond the realms are closed, even to my eyes. But your name emerged time and again in the tales of valor that swirled in your wake. With Akachi's end, the Founder surrendered to death, and her soul passed to Sophia. With it came the knowledge of a dozen lifetimes, and the collected wisdom of all her fragments. In the tales of your journeys, Sophia had parts yet to play, the able counselor, the devoted ally, before returning at last to the academy that she had loved, only to find it in the hands of rival wizards. Sophia rallied those who had been loyal to her mother, and many yet remained. With the magic of the Founder at her call, she drove her rivals from the academy and took her mother's place as headmistress. The Academy of Shapers and Binders remains an anomaly amongst the Red Wizards, a school where magic is studied for its own sake, where those who plot against their fellow wizards are cast out, and slavery has no place. It is a quiet but increasingly powerful force for change in the nation of Thay. Kaelin the Dove left your company, intent upon continuing her crusade against the wall. She rallied those who had survived your assault upon the City of Judgment and led them to the Plane of Shadow, where she sought still more allies for a new and greater war. Yet even with the success of your crusade, Kaelin never grew into the leader that Akachi, or you, had been. Perhaps it was her unyielding sense of purpose, or her brazen defiance of the gods that drove her followers away. Still, Kaelin and her siblings did not abandon the cause. They staged assaults upon my city, tearing a few souls from the wall at a time, and escaping before my followers could pursue. To this day, she persists, defying the gods and the planes, and though it is said that her wings have grown dark with the passing of years, she remains a beacon of hope for those bound in the wall, her name whispered as a prayer by those who knew no faith in life. Oku, god of beasts, followed you for a time, but the doom of his race weighed heavily upon him. He finally begged your leave to return to Roshanan, and you gave it. You never saw him again, though the Rashemi believe that he slumbers peacefully in his barrow. And years later, when a host of Thayans crossed the river Mulsantir to invade southern Roshaman, it is said that a great bear spirit led an army of beasts against them. The invading Thayans were crushed, and not a drop of Rashemi blood was spilled. As for the bear, he vanished soon after, leaving no proof of his passage, save for the ravaged corpses of gnolls and red wizards. And what of your fate? In time, you returned home to West Harbor, reunited with a foster father who had never abandoned his search for you, and in that time had come to fully realize the love he bore you. The dwarf Kelgar Ironfist also found his way to your side, a bit dismayed that he had missed such a grand adventure, and the opportunity to try his fists against a god. At Kelgar's urging, you agreed to one last journey, retracing the steps of your now famous road to Crossroad Keep. Word of your passage spread, and hundreds of folk gathered in Highcliff in Neverwinter, hoping for a glimpse of the Knight Captain who had long been thought dead. When you finally arrived at the keep, you were plied with drinks and song, and welcomed as heroes. Old friends had gathered to await your return, Nishka the Rogue, Bevel Starling, and others who yet lived. Whether you would settle there and reclaim the mantle of Knight Captain, or depart once again to seek a greater legacy still, that story is yet to be told.